Off we go!
There is no escape!
No, my sword!
Shine down!
Let's light it up!
Gather!
There is no escape!
Time to act. Body and mind. Body and mind.
Order guide you.
Shine down!
No, my sword! Light it up!
There is no escape!
Time to act. No, my sword! Body and mind. Time to act. Body and mind.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra Ab.
Once, there was a...
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice.
Looting.
Solidify!
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Now that we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who affected your sister. But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe... But... Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby. Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there! We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she? Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet and make sure she doesn't notice us.
Quake!
There's still a long road.
Gonna be epic!
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and suddenly... Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but, looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there! Wait, she could, what do we we do now? Do we try asking her for direct? Alright then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even if she's not very friendly. Oh! What a lovely smell! It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all. Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on, wake up.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, there's really nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Question. Where are we?
Hi, this is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by settlers from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. Master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you... Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake. Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible.
Right? Second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a...
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes... So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with...
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on a second.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right! Paimon knows we're on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be, hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what— Oh, Paimon gets it now. you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea! Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go to Kale!
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but,
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps.
Paimon, traveler, this way!
You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
Crumble!
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large... You must have seen it way high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean... Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale...
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord...
Huh? Greater Lord Rook... Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukadevata, Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peace to the people of Sumeru. She's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Masters told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her...
Uh-huh.
Well, and then...
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with...
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide... Anyway...
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
So that...
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete... I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Ruka.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. So that's why you're here.
Mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
Quake!
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and...
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment the chef is to show passion.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pocket. What?
No, you dropped it on the ground!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to...
Oh!
Kale, don't you think that Tighnari's a little... Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called... Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sages, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. And Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a watcher. Every day he helps to look... In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tighnari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon was kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way.
Oh no, sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuine. Hey! Now even Kale started... Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale.
No, I just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? What?
This is order.
Dead on my feet.
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back! Have you seen Kale?
Oh, Kale?
Oh, okay. Guess... Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale. Still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about...
Huh? Tighnari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
So, Tainari, what's real?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. Alright, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, because, and honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said...
Right. Ever since she was a child.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling in its final stages. The disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately... Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed...
What?
It appears you are already familiar with them. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
Oh, Paimon had no idea.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Darvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid... Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
Alright, but I warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the traveler. You must follow...
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Where do you want to go next?
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. No, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Stabilize!
Illusion shattered! There is no escape!
Gather!
Shine down! Rain outlines your fate! Time to act. Body and mind.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to, we'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed.
Body and mind.
Hey, Tainari! We found the lotus.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have an—
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari! Someone's calling your name! They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too— Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot. that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get it clear enough.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be standing, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. Made the right decision. I'll go deal with right away.
Wait, Kainari, why don't you let us help?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with... There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called... The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharville. We'll make an exception today and show...
Time to act.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole Oh, Paimon doesn't...
That is the wither. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors. Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your first... Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside of the zone and take a breather. It could become a... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches in the withering zone.
No, my sword!
Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Adventure time!
There is no escape!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Shine down!
will have order. Stabilize.
There is no escape! Rain outlines your fate.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering. Yes.
Tighnari? You make it sound like we did well, but...
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear... If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But, for instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase.
Huh? Well, why?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface, although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from... Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukavata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures... I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being.
Crumble!
Oh, Tighnari, you all made it back. Oh.
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tighnari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar...
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharva, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat. And it appears...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines. And by the... Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon,
Wait, you want us to bring her rations?
Let's find out. Here. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But, wait, how'd you...
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, that's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Because what you saw is of significant importance. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
That was because when you went into her, she was in a special phase of her... Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some... Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her. No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been...
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go... Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. What? Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh. This place is... I knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
escape! Everybody stand back! Rain cutter! Huh? No, my sword! Illusion shattered!
Order guide you! Stabilize!
Shine down! Rain outlines your fate! Huh? Illusion shattered! your time.
Quake! Rise! Crumble! Rise!
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute! Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
There is no escape!
Stabilize!
Illusion shattered!
Let's light it up!
This is order! Solidify!
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish! shattered!
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eye. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find yours. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like... are you... Anyway, we can talk about this... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who is there? Tainari, is that... Huh?
It's okay! You can relax, Hypatia.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. Before we arrived, you saw some...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar... You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves...
So, Hypatia, just what kind...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that... I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly, in my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized...
Oh! And then...
And then I had a dream. By the time I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the time I approached them. But Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that... Sorry about that.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu...
Sounds good. I've never tried... Are you already finished cooking?
All done! Let's use the empty box. Oh, it's amazing! And the box...
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to... It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And you should know that some researchers spent their entire...
So why does this incense allow people to connect?
The ingredients used to make spirit born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukadevata. Since the root of Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her power naturally. Anyone who can establish a connection with
Makes sense. Paimon's got a question. Why was...
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sense. Taking in any sense similar to the ingredients of spirit-born ale would cause adverse... Not to worry, though. It appears technically your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of spirit-born ale should...
Well, that's really...
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa! You're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoes Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as... Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm, while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous!
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself, and they have curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukadevata, the God of Wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish... I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stopped drinking. I studied hard, as a student in the academia, and went on to become a... But then, on the day I scared, it was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City.
So, do you have any thoughts about the...
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget... if only I could ascend past Sati... if you two are ever in the area again, please be... There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright, should I ask her some questions?
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones, but it's evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that, that's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kala.
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pizza pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.